G'day, my name is Matthew Hartley and I'm here for the Rational News. Thanks for joining us. There is a thing called a social contract. People don't talk about it so much these days, but it always exists. All agreements that we make through government, down to the population, taking in business, churches and community groups, all of these things involve social contracts. And some of these social contracts have been massively breached. Now consider this. We were told that the privatisation of electricity and power availability in Australia generally would lead to reduced prices and improved service. Exactly the opposite has happened. We've had increased prices and massively reduced services in many places, particularly South Australia, which saw a total collapse of its power in September of 2016 on the back of some storms, but as it turned out, mostly on the back of snaky trading by electricity suppliers. How could this happen? Of course, they were playing for profit. But what that means is the social contract has not been met. That means that the social contract is void. And the rational news is this. Once the social contract has been voided by one party, the other party is no longer obliged to continue to hold up its end. That means the Australian public would be quite justified in nationalising all of those assets again and saying, you didn't hold up your end. And a similar thing is happening with LNG, that's liquid natural gas supplies. Right now, Rob Sims of the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission has been saying that it's becoming basically impossible to undertake manufacturing in Australia due to the increased cost of liquid natural gas. Now they talk about liquid natural gas producers. There are no liquid natural gas producers. The dinosaurs have been dead for a very long time. There are only LNG miners, and we give them a right to mine in exchange for money. But the social contract said that Australia would get cheap gas while we exported it to other countries for a higher price through these intermediaries who pay us for the right to be our intermediaries. This has not happened. We should, for example, be paying about $2 for a gigajoule of power, which would give us a competitive advantage. Instead, we're being forced into a situation where some companies are finding that 40% of their total budget is going on overpriced gas. Figures have been quoted at more than $20 a gigajoule. That's 10 times what people should be paying. And that means we're well within our rights to take our gas back. You won't see either of the major political parties in Australia doing that, largely because they're completely beholden to mining companies who fund their political activities. Also, quite a larger number of them, in terms of their parliamentarians and senior members, are heavily invested in mining or are looking forward to lucrative post-parliamentary careers involving advising mining companies in various ways. And that's where you come in. The rational news is you should realize you're being ripped off and your future is being endangered. Manufacturing is the future of this country, and we need cheap energy from gas as we transition to manufacturing using cheap energy from the sun and, of course, the world of robots. That is why we will be a great manufacturing power over the next 200 years. That's the real future. We need to take our gas back, folks, and that's going to mean nationalisation. My name is Matthew Hartley for the Rational News. Continue the controversy, and I'll be seeing you soon.